80% of new vehicles sold in the United States are domestic. Domestic meaning that the car was manufactured in North America. 54% are light trucks, these are SUV and minivans, and 47% are domestic light trucks. Choose a vehicle sold at random. 1. What is the probability that it is domestic or light truck? We're looking for the probability of an or. So in symbolic form, this is P of domestic, and let's emphasize or, light truck. If we want, we can label domestic as event A and light truck as event B, but it is not necessary here. To find the probability of an or, we take the probability of the first event, which is the probability of domestic car. We add to the probability of the second event, which is the light truck. And don't forget to subtract the probability of the intersection, which is domestic light truck. This is what both events have something in common. We were told that 47% of new vehicles sold are domestic light truck. What that means is that the probability of domestic light truck, which is the third term in this expression, is going to be 0.47. We were told that 54% are simply light trucks and 80% are domestic. And so we basically have all of the probabilities that we need. We just need to substitute them. The probability of a domestic vehicle is 80%, but in terms of probability, it is a number between 0 and 1, so it is 0.80. Plus, the probability of light trucks is 0.54, minus the probability of domestic light truck is 0.47. Put this in a calculator, we will get 0.87. This means 87% of new vehicles sold in the United States are either domestic or light truck. Notice that if we were to find the probability that the car was an imported car, then we would just simply take 1 minus the domestic or light truck, meaning that 1 minus 0.87, which is 0.13. But the answer to the original question is 0.87. We can solve this problem using the Venn diagram as well. To use the Venn diagram to solve the probability of an OR problem, we draw that many events inside the rectangle. And in general, we draw the circle so that they intersect each other, because we don't know whether they are going to be disjoint or not. The first event is domestic. The second event in this case is a light truck. And the intersection is what they have in common. And so we were told that the intersection is 47%. That is 47% of the vehicles were domestic light truck. And so the intersection is 0.47. We were also told that 80% of the vehicles are domestic. Now this entire circle is 80%, but this piece is 47% already. So the remaining piece without the intersection is 80 minus 47, or simply 33%. Similarly, we were told that 54% of the vehicles are light. Thus, the second circle consists of 54%, but the piece inside the second circle is already 47%. So we would take 54% minus 47%. So this will give us 0.07 or 7%. And so if we were to randomly pick a vehicle, the probability that it is a domestic or light truck is 33%, add to 47%, add to 7%, and it will come out exactly 87%. In a Venn diagram, we tend to find the probability of each of the p's. For example, we don't want to write 80%, but we want to find the percentage for each of the non-overlap p's. So for example, we know that the entire first circle consists of 80%, but we don't want to label it as 80%. We want to label the first p's as 0.33. That is 80 minus 47 is 33. And then we label just the number for the intersection, and then the number for the third piece, and so on. The probability that A or B, or in this case domestic or light truck, is something that is in A, something that is in B, or in both. Earlier we had to subtract 0.47 because if we were to take 80 add to 54, we counted the intersection twice.